Blessings YouTube. In this video, I want us to consider the word picture that is painted in Psalm 7. He makes a pit, digging it out.
God of peace, Lord of all, great I am, thy spotless Lamb.
Welcome to A King Serving the King. My name is John King, and I serve the King of Kings. Psalm 7, 14 through 16 says, "Behold, the wicked man conceives evil and is pregnant with mischief and gives birth to lies. He makes a pit, digging it out, and falls into the hole that he has made. His mischief returns upon his own head, and on his own skull his violence descends." The picture painted here is of a wicked man digging a pit. But in the end, he falls into the hole that he made. The concept of the wicked falling into the pit or being caught in the net that they set is a common theme in the Psalms. Psalm 9, 15 through 16. "The nations have sunk in the pit that they made, in the net that they hid. Their own foot has been caught. The Lord has made himself known. He has executed judgment. The wicked are snared in the work of their own hands." Psalm 35, 7 through 8 says, "For without cause they hid their net for me. Without cause they dug a pit for my life. Let destruction come upon him when he does not know it, and let the net that he hid ensnare him. Let him fall into it, to his destruction." Psalm 57, 6 says, "They set a net for my steps. My soul was bowed down. They dug a pit in my way, but they have fallen into it themselves." The Bible gives us other examples of people who were destroyed by the wickedness that they devised. One of these instances occurs in the book of Daniel. The king had planned to set Daniel over the whole kingdom, and the other leaders schemed against him. They were able to get Daniel thrown into the lion's den, but in the end, they were the ones devoured by the lions. Daniel 6:3. "Then this Daniel became distinguished above all other high officials and satraps, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king planned to set him over the whole kingdom." So because Daniel was so great, the other leaders were jealous, and they devised a plan against him. Daniel 6:5 says, "Then these men said, 'We shall not find any ground for complaint against this Daniel unless we find it in connection with the law of his God.'" So these leaders devised a plan against Daniel. The trap was set. Daniel 6:12. "Then they came near and said before the king concerning the injunction, 'O king, did you not sign an injunction that anyone who makes petition to any god or man within 30 days except to you, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions?' The king answered and said, 'The thing stands fast according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which cannot be revoked.'" The trap was set, and Daniel was to be thrown into the lion's den. Daniel 6:16. "Then the king commanded, and Daniel was brought and cast into the den of lions. The king declared to Daniel, 'May your God, whom you serve continually, deliver you.'" The next morning, the king went to check on Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel 6:22. "My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths because they had not harmed me, because I was found blameless before him. And also before you, O king, I have done no harm." So those leaders who had set the trap against Daniel, they would be destroyed by the trap that they had set. Daniel 6:24. "And the king commanded, and those men who had maliciously accused Daniel were brought and cast into the den of lions, they, their children, and their wives. And before they reached the bottom of the den, the lions overpowered them and broke all their bones in pieces." Another story in the Bible where someone is destroyed by the wickedness they devised is found in the book of Esther. Haman, a character in Esther, was filled with wrath against Mordecai. Now Mordecai was Esther's guardian who raised her as his own daughter. So Haman built a gallows 50 cubits high that was to be used to hang Mordecai on. But in the end, it was Haman who hung on those very gallows. Esther 5:9. "And Haman went out that day joyful and glad of heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he neither rose nor trembled before him, he was filled with wrath against Mordecai." Haman's wife and his friends speak to Haman to give him some advice against Mordecai. Esther 5:14. "Then his wife Zeresh and all his friends said to him, Let a gallows 50 cubits high be made, and in the morning tell the king to have Mordecai hanged upon it. Then go joyfully with the king to the feast." This idea pleased Haman, and he had the gallows made. So Esther tells the king about Haman's plot to kill the Jews. Esther 7, 5 through 6. Then King Ahasuerus said to Queen Esther, "Who is he, and where is he? Who has dared to do this?" And Esther said, "A foe and enemy, this wicked Haman." Then Haman was terrified before the king and the queen. In the end, Haman is the one who was hanged on the very gallows that he made for Mordecai. Esther 7:10. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then the wrath of the king abated. In conclusion, Psalm 7 paints a word picture of a wicked man digging a pit. But ultimately, this wicked man falls into the pit that he made. Wicked men still work hard to trap and ensnare others, but praise be to God, whether in this life or the next, they will be judged. Can you think of any other examples in the Bible where someone fell into the trap they made? Or were you at one time ensnared to a sin, but now you are set free? Tell me about these in the comments below. Thanks, God bless, and have a great day.